Man, can I rotate it? Or are we stuck on this one? Ah, son of a gun. Sorry, everybody. We're going this way. It's not that bad. I don't know if I'm using this right or wrong as far as like going live and what have you. I don't really have much time to like plan all this out and like, hey, I don't have like I'm like a radio station where I have a red light, you know? Just kind of like go live, and then I go live and see how long it lasts before the kids interrupt me or something. This guy has barely any carbon buildup, as expected. I don't even know how many miles this thing has on it. Maybe 20,000. Maybe I'm lying. I'm probably not even close. Who knows? Anyways, we're doing MPI. Doing an MPI install here, so pretty straightforward stuff. Done a few of them. I think the more pain in the butt thing is getting the harness into the engine control unit, because the harnesses have been kind of a pain in my butt as far as getting them to fit correctly. Try to swap this stuff over in here in view, so you guys can see. It's probably gonna fall over now, honestly. This harness is already pre-drilled, or well, not pre-drilled, but it's a Euro. Did I say harness? I'm an intake manifold. Intake manifold is Euro spec, so it already has the holes and everything for the MPI, which saves me a little bit of time. I don't know, it's just kind of whatever. How's everybody's evenings going? Two people. I don't know why, if this chat disappears, if somebody says anything, I try to get to it, look at it as fast as possible, but I don't know if it just disappears or not. This is a super important support for the intake manifold. The super not important thing. I don't know, they're always on. Whatever. Trying to get this. Okay. Got it. Got it off the little flapper motor for solenoid. If you can get on. Am I bleeding? I think I'm bleeding. No, it's assembly lube. This goes here. Boopity boo. I got this. This should not have to be transferred. Oh, yeah, you have to transfer the sensor for the position. That's cool. Super fragile tabs. Luckily, this car's newer. So I'd most likely be breaking these tabs. And we're really SOL. kidding me? Oh, nobody's viewing. This must be what streamers feel like. Hey, somebody's here. Bruh, come out. Transfer over this. Position sensor. No, that can't be right. Is that right? Don't seem right. Is that right? Is that right? How's that gonna plug in? I don't think that's right. How, what? What? Let's see. I guess that's how it goes. I don't freaking know. I just freaking work here, man. God, it just doesn't seem right. Bam. All right, so we're ready to put this back on. Like I said, this already has the holes for the MPI and the taps, or the inserts for the rail to screw into. Position these harnesses, make sure that these are not in your way, because you're going to smash them and then they're stuck. It's a good time. That's also a good time. This is out of your way, this is out of your way. This goes up top. Let's put this back in. This one at the top, this one here, plug that in, plug this in, plug this in, don't forget to plug this in, and that, and this, and this, and that, and that, and this. Okay, your T30s, obviously, because that's what holds the whole thing together. Does anybody know what the guidelines are for YouTube Live and music? I'd like to listen to music, but I'm also very scared that I'm going to get in trouble. It's so quiet and boring. Short one bolt. Ah, finally there. Ding, 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 ding. Anybody? What's going on? going on tonight, everybody? Here I am tightening a bolt to approximately 12 Newton meters. I have a built-in torque wrench. For most people that don't understand or seen my videos, I pretty much never torque anything unless it's something I deem very important. Intake manifold bolts, not that important to me. You get tighten, tight's tight, too tight's broke. I've always been told by myself. Imagine just torquing all these. Ugh. But you get a good feel for what that's, that's what. I'm missing a bolt, and I still haven't found it yet. And I thought I would find it by now, but I still haven't found it. Found it. Anybody tell me why we die. 'Cause I don't wanna, Oh, that feels great. That actually feels like ass. That hole, I don't know why it's so tight. This bolt. Every turn is hard. We got this on. I gotta put the stupid intake manifold support bracket on. Let's do that. That's super important. If you don't put that on, your intake manifold will fly off. And you gauge your manifold. Guess what? It's fucking stuck. There we go. I'm just kidding. You don't get danger manifold. It doesn't freaking matter. This stupid thing. But put it on. Half the cars I work on don't even have it anymore because somebody forgets to put it back on. And 3 people watching. Holy moly. Oh. I usually go live on TikTok because I feel like it's easier and people just kind of like, it's just whatever, I don't know if this whole YouTube thing is doing it right or wrong. I'm sure there's some video, some guy explaining when to go live on YouTube. Nobody got time for that. That's one Dugga, that's good. Let's torque this back. Oh, that's my 13 mil. Has anybody seen it? Ugh. I found it. Oh my god. I threw it. Hey, check that out. I got to take this bungee cord right here. Go ahead and bungee cord this. I think there's refrigerant in the system. So the thing with this car is the dude went off track at the racetrack. Because this is 7.5. And he went off track, messed up a bunch of stuff, put a hole in his transmission. The downpipe ripped almost completely off at the cat. I fixed all that. New transmission. I wasn't sure if I could repair, because I thought this was, when you messaged me, I thought this was a 6-speed DSG, so I was like, yeah, no problem, I'll take 1 million of those apart. Well, then once he got towed here, I was like, oh, wait, these have a 7-speed. So I found out, kind of sucks. This has a 7-speed. I've never had one apart, and I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to promise anything. I asked a bunch of welders about watch out for anything welding that. Everybody was scared, so they said JB Weld it, and I mean, that doesn't sound very, like, you know, professional. So I told them, I said, hey, you know, everybody's saying just to JB Weld it, as ghetto as that sounds, it's super ghetto. But some people just don't want to dump another $1,500, $1,700 on a transmission, or don't have the money. So I told him, I said, hey, you know, this is what it is. So what he did was end up buying another one. So this is a, I forget the number. It's like a DQ 138 or something weird. It took me a while to even find out which one it was. So I actually have a video that I'm gonna upload of me tearing it apart. Shit. And then hopefully that can help somebody in the future. So, yeah. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, so where's my Vaseline? Always when assembling these, just put some Vaseline in here or something to help them slide on. The O-rings in here helps like a million times to get those things on. Yeah, it's a bit much, but that's fine. And then these hoses here, a lot of these OEM hoses, when they come to you, the clamps on them are they have a detent on them. I want to do it the old way to show you. What the hell did I do? I just had a freaking hand. Oh, it's in the bottle. Anyways, so when they have a detent, when you crimp them, they stay. Made you look. Just kidding. But when you crimp them, they stay. There's like a clip. And it's a real pain in the butt to release them. But they usually make them so they're spread open and held on the clip. So you got to make sure when you slide it over, you release that clip like this one here. It's kind of like a pain in the ass to release this clip. Not gonna lie. I kind of would prefer without the clip. So it just helps the spring clamp to stay open. And then just getting it released is a freaking pain in the ass. You gotta like get it down, whatever. Oh my goodness. What the heck? This piece of shit just broke. What a piece of shit. Alright, well I just broke this clamp on here. I wasn't even... Hopefully this doesn't spring open in my fucking hand. Oh my god, and they freaking melt them on here. Bro, this is stupid. This one came off. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. So, they like melt these hose clamps on here. And then you're like, you can't just put a different one on here. Oh my god. Let me check this thing off here. It's gonna spring open on my hand. I can feel it. Oh my god, I'm damaging this hose really bad. And it has that freaking thing there. This is stupid as hell. I'm kind of mad now. Can't get this hose clamp released. Because now the tab broke off it. This is so dumb. I'm kind of mad right now. How does that even happen? What the fuck? This is stupid. Well, not really screwed, so, well, nice. All I have is this little itsy bitsy tab to hold on to now. So where these clamp on, like this little tab here, it just snapped off. What a piece of shit. I didn't even do anything. Anyways, that's all I know. So we got new charge piping here. This one's new. This is one of the ones that was kind of damaged in the accident. Oh yeah, that was pancaked right here. It's not supposed to be flat. I'm covered in dirt. So I'll take that off right now. Yeah, that got smashed. What do you think? Look good? I think that's good for the velocity. Increases the velocity of the air flowing through it. Have you noticed on most of these hoses? Oh my God. This also happens too. Where that's not supposed to happen. So what you have to do, screw it back in, push on it. Ugh. It's not working. Hold up. You gotta push on it while loosening it, so you don't do that. But there's usually, so this is the line, and then these usually have another line. It's probably gone now. But there's a line right here, a little indent. A lot of OEM hoses will have a reference line for you to line things up. Which would also be a nice thing if aftermarket companies just did that. Because this one is kind of like a pain in the butt to get on also. It also has this. A lot of people take that out. I don't know, it's just for noise. This one has it too. You can just pull this thing right out. See, pulls out. I don't really know the purpose. All the aftermarket ones do not come with it. I'm sure it has a purpose for air turbulence, for cold starts, who knows. I'm just gonna leave it in, I guess. I don't know if it's, what do you guys think? Should I leave it in, take it out? Leave it in, take it out. Leave it in, I need an answer. Someone tell me. It's like the tornado. It's like it used to be. No, I'm just gonna leave it in, I don't care. So you got your mark here. Just take your mark on your hose. Here, somewhere at the top. This is the bottom. There's a little tiny mark, just hard to see. And I'm gonna just line that up so you know it's all lined up. Boom. Tighten that. Bam. And then there's another line here. That lines up. There's another line on the throttle body. And then it's kind of a slam dunk. I can transfer the map sensor. This one covered in dirt. And I don't think you gotta upgrade map sensor either, so I think we're okay. 2 screws. And pulls out. This is just covered in dirt. Oh my goodness. And this is also one of the sensors you plug into if you have a JB4. Okay, Got this on. Got the map sensor on, and then we're just gonna throw the Yash in here. Ugh. So the only person commenting is, oh, there you go. Oh, I didn't see that one. See, my chat disappears, so it's hard to see when if I see it disappeared already. I just want to see it all the time. Top chat, live chat, all messages are visible. Yeah, like Dirk said, only if it's caked in oil. And like cleaning throttle bodies was like an old technique back in the day where they would get carboned up or whatever, and then they start sticking when if you snap the throttle closed, they'll get stuck closed, and then when you step on the pedal, you'll feel it go. They'll like break loose, but it's not really a thing anymore. Throttle bodies just kind of fail. The electric ones, they're really good for what they are. Yeah, JB4, that's when I had that one on, oh my God, so annoying. I had the JB4 on my 7R when I had it. It's a good time. Actually, it wasn't a good time. It was actually a freaking terrible time. Because I always had a problem with my JB4 when I went to the racetrack, is the car always went into limp mode. And there was no fix. And instead of the person telling me there's no fix, they gave me the fucking runaround forever on it. And instead of him just admitting like, there's no fix for this, that your limp mode, blah blah blah, just get a tune. I would have done that. I wouldn't have said shit. I don't give a shit. Just wanted it to be fixed. So I'd go to the racetrack, and then after a few laps, it would go into limp mode, and then I had to restart the car. It was a real pain in the ass. And I ended up getting a tune through 034 Motorsports, and that took care of that issue. Would have been nice if he was just straightforward and said, hey man, there's no fix for this limp mode issue you're having. Just go ahead and get a tune, and I would be like, sure, I'll do that. That never told me. I just said, well, I'm gonna try a tune and see what happens, and I got a tune, and it was actually a million times better. Overall, it's a million times better. All right, so we got that on. So Dirk was saying, don't put the passenger nipple on until I put the rail on. I actually don't trust any of it. I don't need these little things because they're already on there. I know the injectors aren't in yet. I'm just kind of fitting things just to see how it's gonna go. See, because all these companies make these intake or these fuel rails, and all they need to do, instead of sitting directly on like right here, they just need to come up just a tiny bit more. All the ones that I've run into, I've had to remove this bracket, adjust this bracket, grind some down to get like an OEM fitment. But so far, let's see. This one looks like it'll clear here. This one looks good, and then the other thing to find out for sure is if the injectors are going to go smoothly. They never do. Who are you, Dirk? What do you do? Do I know you? I don't know. You seem like you know what you're talking about. For most of this, done some of this. I don't know if you follow my channel, but I don't have the 7R anymore. I just have the 07K Exoset, which I'll be running on a, I always forget the name of the company, the standalone. Precision Electronics. No, my God, I'm thinking Precision because of this. Performance. It's not Performance Electronics. It's something electronics. It's True Booster Brothers Garage. Okay, just been around. But yeah, I had the 034 tune, which was way better than the, because for street driving the JB4 worked fine, but I just got in with like a beta tune for a good price, for a cheaper price, on the 034, so it worked out. What car do you currently own, Dirk? You own... I don't know. Just tell me what you own, I guess. Instead of me trying to guess. You only seem to be the one interacting in these chats. See, I think what's going to happen on this one is that this fuel rail is going to hit this bracket right here. I'm just a guess. Just a guess. Let's see without the clips first. Ooh. There's no way I'm getting a clip on that and putting this on. No way. MPI will help carbon buildup, but a lot of people do it in the US for increased horsepower. So you get more fuel, so you can run more fuel, so you can increase your boost and get more power. This guy does have, I just installed his turbo. He has the new Garrett. I don't even know the name of it. Don't even ask me, but it's their brand new Garrett turbo. I did a little bit of video on that. I haven't uploaded yet. But yeah, so anyways, it increases, so you got more fuel. So more fuel, you can, more boost, more power. That's it for the US for the most part. And then there's different size injectors I know that the guys use. I don't really like, it's really hard for me to follow exactly what CC injectors. They just say, hey, I got an MPI kit, can you install it? Because my main job is working for Mercedes. So I'm only try to like mainly focus on those. Like I know how to install and do all this stuff, but I don't know what CC and why and this and that and this and the minute things is just not what I follow anymore. And I don't know I'm gonna guess this is probably 800 bucks. I have a video installing one of these. If you get MPI, it seems like a legit thing to do. It helps carbon, and you can get more power if you want. And I can tell you pretty much anything else, like this Garrett turbo on here. I don't know exactly the specs on it. I just know that it's bigger than stock, it's comparable to an IS38, and that's all I really know. I don't know much about it. I had never seen the fittings that it came with, though. It came with some weird little spacer fittings to clear those so the lines fit correctly. And I don't know why I put the rail on, because I don't think I'm going to be able to plug any of those in. Let me get the harness and see. Let's see here. Most of these, I don't know if there's better instructions now, but back when I was doing these earlier, there's the instructions for shit on these. There's no direction or which way you're supposed to face this. I'm assuming this goes this way. I don't know. Always assume the harness went, you know, it seems like it kind of makes sense, but things could easily be interchanged here. It's not too hard to swap things around. See, let's see. I know something's not going to work out here. So far. Okay, this one is hitting the engine. So I may have to. Oh, no, we got clearance barely. I don't know. Let's see if I can even fit this here. Yep. A good thing to do is also plug these injectors in before you put the freaking rail on like a nar-nar. It's such a pain in the butt to fit these in here. There's no room. See, I don't even like putting the clips on the injectors because you most likely have to like move them, wiggle them a bit. I guess these ones are slotted, so they only go on one way. But most of the other ones, the kits that people hodgepodge together, hodgepodge, whatever, they never fit right. This one seems to be fitting so far. Everything's just tight. If you work on European cars, then you know that everything is tight. Mostly any car these days, really. Oh, surprise, surprise, everything's been going together pretty smooth. They're all clipped in. Got my harness here. I'll run it down. I run this down, and then the DSG has this for this harness to go through. It holds like the starter wire. I just run this across there, and then I run it up to the engine control unit. And you plug in over here to the position sensor to get your, I'm assuming 5 volt. I'm assuming it's 5 volt reference for when to open the injectors. Looks like there's maybe some sort of, this harness could clip on here if it had something to clip into, but there's nothing for it to clip into. You just tuck it under the intake manifold. Try to get it as neat as possible. And so you're left with your ethanol sensor and your map sensor here. Just kidding, your low pressure sensor. You get your low pressure sensor here, and this is somewhere else. This one's here. Sorry. So this one goes here, but I'm gonna wait because I gotta run the fuel line through here. This one, yeah, ethanol, and this will be your low pressure, which is in the box, in the bag still. Thread this in, no O-ring, just cone style. I swear this was a 27. Gotta be a 27. Here's 30. 30. Charge it from 27. It's a 27. It's your low pressure sensor here. that. I'm waiting to plug that in because I gotta modify this fuel line. I gotta cut that, shorten it. All right. So now that I got that done, I'm gonna just work on putting the front end back together because I need to get this thing driving. I mean, regardless, I gotta finish the whole thing, but I'm gonna put this front end back on. Intercooler. I need the intercooler off the radiator. Oh my god. Oh. Heavy. So one issue with these Mark 7 is these are complete shit here. So these tabs, can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. All right. So every intercooler that I've ever done on these are complete shit. These are shit on the radiator shit because these break hell easy. But the intercoolers are shit because these barely fit here. So what happens is as you can see, this one's already JB welded, which is the other piece is missing, I'm assuming, because it's not there anymore. You get the fan and the radiator loose on the top, but the intercooler's still tight because it's still bolted in on the sides. So what I do is I wrap a zip tie around here and then come through this hole and then zip tie it that way. These are just shit. This one's already broken. I'm gonna probably break this one. Let's see. You either break this plastic piece or you break this aluminum piece. It's one or the other. But it's just not a good design. I mean, it works fine stock. Don't get me wrong. But any modifications, these are supposed to have bolts here, I guess, to hold that in. But once you get it in, it's not going. So I got this massive. This is HF series. I'm not sure who this is. Like I said, I can't keep up on everything. They drew a little penis on there and some stuff from, I'm assuming, him and his buddies installed that. Because what we have to install now is a Mishimoto radiator. Mishimoto radiator. I've never installed a Mishimoto on the. That's backwards. On the Mark 7. I have done one, but I don't even think it was a Mishimoto on a Mark 6. Ugh. So you got an aftermarket radiator or an aftermarket intercooler. This should go over perfect. There won't be any issues ever with this, right? Doesn't fit there. That stays short. Oh my god. This is gonna be a nightmare. I can feel it already. Let's see. So we got these random holes here for this thing. Fit in here. These fit in here, I'm assuming. These don't even reach barely. On this intercooler, I don't even know what the hell this is. These don't even, this hole is so huge. Maybe if I put some bolts in here, it'll help it. So when I get a vibration and put a hole in this thing, I gotta look at the kit, but it came with some bolts. I wonder if this is how it connects here. I literally have no idea. If I set this down, it's gonna fall apart again. So, yeah. This is gonna be fun. I can feel it already. All right, so here's the hardware it came with. I actually was gonna do a video on this, but since I'm live already, forget. All right, so this isn't like this is. I don't think it's gonna be like that. So I'm gonna put some bolts in here. They're threaded here. I'm gonna put some bolts in there. See what happens, I guess. Now you comes with these brackets here, and then see, are these supposed to be for here? No, that's not gonna fit. Motherfucker. So this goes here. Okay, so it goes like this. That's a better design. That's a good design. I'm not even mad at that. Comes with these little wussy bolts, but it's fine. That's fine. I'm not even mad. No washers. That's kind of odd too. But not even mad. Not even mad. See, now what sucks is that I don't have a video installing this. And I'm live. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. This is like, what the fuck? Where's there washers? There's no washers in here. Comes with these big bolts, which I don't even know what these are for. These big long ones. These ones barely even fit in between these little black pieces. It's kind of weird. And I need something that fits in here. So let's see what size this is. T30. Alright, well. Let me get off live then, since nobody's here.